All right, I think we are good to go. Let's do what we do and pop out that chat. And then scroll this down. Let's go to our main page. Make sure that we are indeed doing our thing. I think we are. We are. Awesome. All right, so let's make sure we have chat on top and get back into a game. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to another session of playing Diablo 2, Lord of Destruction. I was hoping tonight that we might do a little bit of magic finding, otherwise known as MFing. I know I use that term a lot. For those that don't know, it stands for basically going out there and killing a bunch of monsters with your magic find gear and trying to find all the good stuff. What I'd really like to do is replace this. It's good, it's just it's so outclassed now. He's not, my dude is just not doing any damage. Malice is just not cutting it with the regular Volge. So I think before we continue on with the rest of Act 5, I think I'm going to actually do a little bit of MFing first. Just a little bit, I think. Also, I want to make sure that I mention two things that I thought of previously. First of all, I guess there's the kind of the question of what I plan on doing with this campaign once I get into Hell. I'm not entirely sure if I want to take it all the way and go through all of Hell. I don't remember if we're able to actually create the cow level in a difficulty that you haven't beaten. I think you actually have to beat the difficulty in order to do it, which really sucks because that'd be the most ideal place to actually try to MF for the Cruel Colossus Blade of Quickness, or at least a Colossus Blade would be a start, or a Colossus Sword. I was looking those things up on Ariat Summit, and the difference between a Cruel Colossus Sword and a Colossus Sword and a Colossus Blade is Colossus Blade is the top tier, which we call it a two-handed sword, and then the Colossus Sword is the one that's just above it, and the sword can only have 5 sockets, whereas the blade can get up to 6 sockets. So there's that. I was never really designing this campaign to actually go through all 3 difficulties and have that be the main focus. The main focus is actually hunting the sword that I want. So I'm going to take it as far as I can. We'll see when we get to that point. We're still a long ways off from actually doing that. The second thing is I'd actually really like to create some thumbnails for our campaign, because it looks kind of a little janky, to say the least, you know, when it's just the image of me streaming. And unfortunately, in the year of our Lord 2018, if you Google for an image of a Cruel Colossus Blade of Quickness, there's no images of an actual clean one. I think there was one on like JSP or whatever that has like some jewels or something into it, and I don't want to use that. I want to use an actual clean one as an image. And the one that you can actually view in Ariat Summit is really small, just the actual picture of a Colossus Sword. So I think I'm going to hold off on actually making a thumbnail until I actually get one. I don't know if I'm going to get a Cruel Colossus Blade of Quickness. We'll see. But I'm hoping to actually use that as my main thumbnail. So those are the two things I really wanted to kind of get out of the way here. So without further ado, first of all, I really want to test this out. I swear to God, I think you have to actually beat the difficulty in order to open up the cow level. So let's put that theory to a test. Let's go to the Stony Field. We'll get ourselves some skeletons, and then we'll go into Tristram. Oh, it's right there. Perfect. Very convenient. We'll pick up Ward's leg and try to actually get into this. See if it actually works. If I can actually make all my skeletons right now. Come on, baby. There we go. Just about out of mana doing this. Good thing there's all these potions laying on the ground. Looks like there was an emerald here. There we go. Nice. I was just saying how I needed one of these. A new weapon for him. Might actually have it right now. So let's go ahead and pop our mana potion, of course. We'll wait till we get into town and actually take a look at this thing. Uh-oh, we got somebody else here. Forgot to make this this actually private. So we'll just go into Tristram. and we'll get our witch leg after we kill off all the boss creatures here. I did do like a little bit of transferring earlier to some of my mules, and for some reason, you know, when I was giving it the time required to actually keep the game open in order to actually transfer everything, I, you know, went out there and killed a bunch of monsters, and they were just dropping all kinds of set items. So I feel like tonight's a really good night to actually do some MFing. Already getting some pretty decent rares. I mean, for the most part, I think. I think what we'll do is we'll... Okay, that person already left. Let's see. If I keep getting people that actually come to my game, I think we might actually just cancel it out and start a new one. That's not a big deal. I'm just paranoid. I have so many years experience playing Diablo 2 and Diablo 2 as a hardcore character. And let me tell you, man, all those years of having to deal with assholes like ganking your character with trigger hacks and all that other bullshit, it does something too. It's like some PTSD. So it's like whenever you're playing a hardcore character, man, you always got to keep your minimap open, because you never know if you see somebody like approaching you, man, and you just always gotta watch out. So what do we got here? We got, okay, that's garbage. That's actually not too bad. I mean, for a barbarian, but I'm not gonna keep it.
Welcome.
There's really not a lot of people playing this game, because there's been plenty of times where I'll pick up like some set items or some unique items that I don't want anymore, or I just don't need, and then I'll just try to make a normal game saying, hey, free gear here, and nobody joins. And there's like no other hardcore normal nightmare games that are open. I think mine's the only one. All right, let's test this out. I'm really curious. I swear I think we have to beat Nightmare before I'm able to do this. Oh, this would be pretty sweet if we can do it.
I can't use this yet.
Damn it. Fine. You know, I'm pretty sure that if we, say, had somebody else that beat Nightmare come in here and open up the cow level for us, it would work. I'm pretty sure that would do it, but I'm not going to test it. I don't care. So the first thing I wanted to do is actually, let's go to, what was it, the Black Marsh. I actually really want to start scouting around a couple more runes, because we did use up all of, I think all except for one of our shale runes, upgrading some of our equipment. And the Countess is a really good place to actually try to farm runes. If I'm not mistaken, I mean, I think she has a guaranteed drop rate when it comes to runes. So we'll do that first, and then I think I'll go kill Mephisto real quick. And then we'll actually go into Act 5 here. I was thinking about doing a blood run, but as I said in previous episodes about, well, I mean, you guys saw it for yourselves, I mean, if you tuned in for it, that the monsters are just different there. Oh, just heard something drop. What do we got? Ooh. Nice. I always pick up my rares. Always. It's force a habit, but it's a good habit. You never know what you're gonna get. Could be something like pretty stellar. I mean, light plated boots are, I think they're like tier 1, so it can't be that good. But still, we'll take a look. Doesn't hurt anything. Besides, we are getting fairly close to, what is it? What are we, to 58. So, you know, going around and actually killing stuff isn't such a bad thing. I swear to God, the drop rates here inside the Forgotten Tower are pretty stellar. I swear. So we'll just take our time here anyways. It's fine. I'm not in any big hurry. I was kind of debating upon whether or not I wanted to live stream or not tonight. I was really in the mood. But I thought, I was like, you know, I went ahead and did it. You know, of course, because here we are. But when I thought about it, I was like, you know, maybe doing a little bit of MFing would be really good for us right now, I think. I need to just do that on my own. I'm really hoping to find an actual really good, unique pole arm so I can give it to my mercenary, to Mr. Kasim. Or if I could find a multi-socketed superior pole arm, I mean, that would work too. Something that I can actually make a rune word out of. That'd be pretty sexy. If that was the case, you know, I almost have to do it on camera just to make the thing. Maybe. Okay, so we're not... Oh, we got a superior poleaxe here. With 2 sockets. The problem is, I believe the poleaxe is a tier 1 item. I'm really looking for a tier 2 item. So I could totally like make a steel or something else out of that, but I want a tier 2 item. I want something that can actually compete in this difficulty. So that's why I think we're gonna steer clear of that. And a lot of the tier 1 equipment that I'm getting, with the exception of a couple, I think I'm just gonna vendor. There are a couple pieces that I wouldn't mind getting, like say, like a gull or a tarn helm. I don't remember what the Magic Find belt was. Golgarap? That might be a tier 1, I think. Kind of, sort of. Could be. Those are definitely some tier 1 items that I'd love to get, and I would immediately upgrade them too. Because hell yeah, I would. I'm surprised I've never done that in the past before, by the way. FYI. So we got... I think that's Vidala's Vidalia onion set. I'm not sure if I actually have the boots for that. I know I have other pieces of the set. I have to look. I'm telling you, man, my mules are like full up. I'm at that point, I've been at that point where I've collected so much shit that I just need to start actually like playing my mules and leveling them up so they can start using some better gear. Clearing out some inventories. You know, the other question is like, let's just assume, hypothetically, that I have the best luck in the world, and I do manage to find a clean, cool Colossus blade of quickness with open sockets. What am I gonna do? And the answer to that question, ladies and gentlemen, is I think I'll continue on with the rest of my campaign as a barbarian. I think I may actually end up doing that, because it would be kind of pointless to actually find one and just let it sit in my inventory and do nothing with it, you know what I mean? So of course I'd want to use it. I do have to say though, I'm not really looking forward to the prospect. I'm looking forward to the prospect of actually using the thing. Don't get me wrong. But when it actually comes to like questing and leveling up a barbarian, it's been so long, and I've had the worst luck in the world the last few attempts that I've done it in the past. Where I end up like meleeing something I probably shouldn't have and getting crushed. Very embarrassing. So, if I do continue the campaign as a barbarian, you fucking damn well better believe I'm gonna keep that cruel Colossus blade on another character. What's the hole up here? Come on, get in there. Look at that shit. Yeah, look at that. Double dual runes and an am rune. Ooh, so good. So I'm telling you, man, if you just do counters runs, that's beautiful. All right, so let's identify our belongings. Wow. See? That's what I'm telling you. Sometimes you get those better things. That's got better lightning resistance, better MF percentages, better defense. That's like a no-brainer. Hell yeah. I will keep the Vidala's Fetlock here just in case, because I'm really not entirely convinced that I I whatchamacallem. I actually have a pair of those. So what do I do with these boots, man? What do I do with them? Do I just chuck them? I really hate to. They've served me so well. They've been with me pretty much since the beginning. Oh, but these are just, strictly speaking, better. Man. And they have such a low level requirement. Ooh. I don't know what to do. I don't want to get rid of them. I swear to God, I'm not a hoarder. I just can't do it. I just can't get rid of them. I just can't do it yet. But I have to. You know what? I really don't need these chip gems in my inventory. I don't know why the hell I picked them up. Let's put these things in there. I'll just keep them in my inventory for now. How about that? And these full rejuvenation potions, why don't I'll just keep like one mana potion, like one token mana potion. I guess I'll keep the chip gems then, you know, what the hell. And the off chance that I actually end up getting one. As ridiculous as that sounds. All right, let's go kill Mephisto real quick. Mephisto, I think I said Mephisto. See if we continue to have good luck with our drops. I'm telling you, that's why you pick things up. That's why you always pick up your rares. Look at that. Is managed. Oop. Got that shell rune. Yeah, baby. Man, today, right now, tonight. Let's go where the monsters are, I suppose. Because I'm not trying to do like a full extinguish run or anything here. Really just trying to make it to Mephisto as quick as I can. I have to look up what the actual recipe for upgrading rare gear was again, because those boots, I mean, unless I find something, I don't know. You know what? The thing is, though, is I really want to keep the magic finding boots on. I don't want to give them up. You know, like, what if I found, like, Gore Riders or something? Even though, you know, something like Gore Riders would be kind of unnecessary for our class, because those are more like boots for a melee character, where we're a total caster. I mean, not a total caster, we're kind of a caster. But it's like, I really want to try to stack as much magic finding gear as feasibly possible here. I mean, without really running myself into the ground as far as like resistances and plus to skills and all that. Which I'll say, you know, since I mentioned it, I'm not really trying to like stack plus to skills gear or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's just, you know, it's definitely beneficial. So we can get a mana recharge shrine. Not that I really needed it, but we'll take it anyways. And as far as our next level goes, you know, I think I might actually just end up straight up maxing out Summon Skeleton. I'm serious. I know I've talked a lot about Summon Resist because it's something that we're going to definitely need to keep our skeletons alive longer. But I think in terms of Nightmare, I think we're fine on the resistance front. It's when we get into Hell, that's the question. Good bastard. Yeah, when we get into Hell, that's when I'm gonna look into pumping up our Summon Resist a lot more. And whether or not I actually max out the Skeletal Mage skill, I'm not entirely certain yet. I'm kind of against it. Just don't really think it's all that necessary, to be completely honest. But as far as, like, you know, what I'm going to put my skill points into, you know, there's also Bone Armor. I mean, Bone Armor is still a pretty good skill. I mean, you do have to be realistic with yourself. With your build, you are going to get hit. And Bone Armor definitely does help. You know, especially if you take that, like, that random, like, stray hit, and it just blasts you, like I almost did there. You know, that's what Bone Armor is really good for. It's just like a really good buffer. Because, you know, it's like, you know, when it comes to Bone Armor, it's not like I'm rushing in trying to actually engage these monsters by myself or anything. It's just, it's really just like a safety net. And I figure the longer we go on, I mean, obviously it's more pertinent. And also, I mean, figure this, like when we fight the Ancients, which we're going to end up probably doing potentially in this stream, I guess depending on how long it actually takes me to get there. I mean, you know, they do a lot of damage. They will fruck you up if you're not careful. And, you know, when they're, like, sitting there smashing their way through your little army, your undead army, you know, it's nice to have a little something to keep you alive. Also, I should probably make mention, because I know I've run into this a lot, is that when you, if you, like, Google something, or if you go on some of, like, the old Diablo 2 forums, like, I think, like, JSP, that are still alive, just be careful about the advice that people give. Because a lot of people play this game in normal. They don't play it as a hardcore character. And a lot of the builds and a lot of the advice they give is absolutely garbage when it comes to playing a hardcore character. Straight up. You need to be cautious, so just be wary about the information that you're consuming on the internet when it comes to advice and builds related to this game. Like, look at that little bastard there. He just fucking straight up, like, attacked me, and if I didn't have my Bone Armor up, I would have just totally tanked that entire damage. Those, like, little undead skeletal ratmen guys, I mean, they definitely pack a punch. Booyah! Alright, let's do what I was saying before. Try to max that puppy out. So it looks like, since Skeletal Mastery is up at 24, it looks like I've got another 2 more levels to actually pump into it before I'm able to max it out. Which is totally fine. Which means... Oh, see? If I didn't have my Bone Armor out, man, I would have had to take all that damage. Anyways, as I was saying, as far as maxing out Ray Skeleton, that may have to wait until we get into Hell. Depending on how much MFing and whatnot that I do here in Nightmare. Although, full disclosure, I think I said this before, is that after we kill Bale here in Nightmare, I do plan on doing the cow level pretty extensively. And grinding out quite a bit there. Not really grinding out for levels, but more like grinding out for actual items and whatnot. So I gotta replace one of my health potions here. There's a lot of these guys here. Oh, get out of there. Move. It's like ask and you shall receive. Alright. About that time to roll our asses up in there. Surround them. And I'm in like one of these. Oh, get out of there! Get out of there! I'm in one of these like durance of hates that are just extensively long right now. Unfortunately. All right, garbage. We will keep the one town portal scroll because that's what I'll use to get the hell out of here. So what I really need right now is a scroll of identify, so I can identify that other charm that I completely forgot that I actually picked up earlier. Watch, I'm gonna get hosed. It was probably way back at the beginning because there was this little like side path that I missed. I didn't really miss, I just kind of glossed over it. And then, I don't think it's gonna be over there, but I totally probably is going to. Yes, I do pick up keys. I do like to open up the lock chests. Look at that, superior voltage. Wow, 4-socket superior voltage. You know, the problem is that the 4-socket weapons and the pole arms and whatnot are like kind of top tier stuff, top and mid tier. So it just wouldn't make sense to actually make something from this unless you were desperate for it. And that's why I made my gear chart, right? So let's say we could create something that requires like the highest level rune is like level 65, we'll say hypothetically. That means that this rune word item is going to have an item level of 65 because it's going to take the highest rune level, or the highest rune level of the runes that you use for the formula, right? And since this thing doesn't actually have an item level because it's tier 1, why the hell would you make a top tier or tier 3 rune word out of it? That's why I made the guide that I did. So it totally wouldn't make sense to do that. It would make sense to make something that's like, I don't know, level appropriate, which there isn't anything. The only difference is of course, if you're planning on making like a rune word and not using it for its necessarily like intended purpose, like there are some rune words that you would use because it has like an effect, like I think, what was it, like Enigma, you know, you get to teleport around the map, so it doesn't really make a difference like what you make it out of, blah blah blah. So it's like if there was a rune word that you were making out of a 4-socket superior voltage and you were using it because of something other than meleeing with it, then I mean it totally makes sense, right? I guess if you were really desperate for it, because finding a superior weapon with 4 sockets, I mean it's fairly rare. It's not like a common thing. That's not for me though. I just don't really agree with that philosophy. Besides, we made the malice out of the superior voltage. I don't want to make another rune word out of it when I'm trying to upgrade. And unless somebody corrects me, what I really wonder is, can you upgrade a rune word item? Because it's not technically a rare, it's not technically a unique, or is it? Is there a formula from upgrading something that you made a rune word item out of? That's what I'd really love to find out. Because if that's possible, I would just upgrade Kasim's malice. But I think it may actually still be considered just a regular normal item. I don't know. You know what? That's something I might actually experiment with, assuming that we don't find something better. Is what I'll do is I'll go through all my mules and I'll transfer over the runes and the gems that are needed, because I'm going to assume that it's not the rare upgrade or the rare item upgrade formula. It's going to probably be the unique item, and I'm going to test it out, because I remember asking myself that same question when I was looking up the formulas, and I can only find for rare and unique. I don't think there was one for an actual regular normal item, if a rune word actually constitutes that. So I'm gonna know for sure. I'm totally gonna say it was Charm City, but I'm not in Baltimore. God damn it, these guys. These fucking Stygian guys. Stygian dolls. Where in the fuck is this place? Oh my god. Man, this place is egregiously huge. Actually, maybe up here. Yes, finally. Something else I have been meaning to look up that I have mentioned in the past is whether or not all of my henchmen and summon skeletons, if they actually get the benefit of shrines and whatnot. So if I get a resist cold shrine or something like that, if they actually get the bonuses as well. I think they do. I think. Okay, we didn't get anything we wanted. Just need to get out of dodge. God damn it. I totally didn't mean to aggro those council members up there. Oops. But they haven't came down here, just they're casting their nasty spells. Should probably think about healing a little bit. Should always be on that constant state of paranoia. So if you're losing or you lost a little bit of health, start chugging those potions, baby. Oh yes. Don't screw around with that. Now I was talking earlier about magic finding gear. And, you know, it's like, what happens if I was to find, like, an Alibaba? So an Alibaba is a tall ward. It's a unique tall ward. It's got 2 empty sockets, and it's a really great magic finding weapon. And, you know something? Between that and the Karen Shard, I'm like... That's a really tough decision to make. Because I really want that magic find percentage, but... Man, those plus the skills are they're just grand. I don't know, that'd be really tough. Alright, all my peeps are in here, doing that damage. You never want to stand in one place because that little, like, white ghost will pop up and blast you. See, look at this. My dude is just, like, doing barely any damage. He's so outclassed. It's ridiculous. At least my skeletons are holding up. That's nice. And Kasim here. He's got almost maxed out poison resistance. You know, I guess if I really wanted to sink a couple points into something, I could probably maybe sink a couple points into, like, Golem Mastery. Ooh, look at that. So many good things. Mesh boots, full helm. Alright, well, let's go back and pick up the rest of the stuff, but let's find out what we got. I don't remember what regular unique light plate was. Light plate boots.
Good to see you.
Garbage. That's Eisenhart's. Don't remember if I have how much that. I know I've got, like, the armor, like, 3 times over, and the sword. Okay, so that's shit. Wow. Okay, so we got Natalia set. And some goblin toe. Nice. You know what? I don't need that Nikes. I don't remember the last time I actually found Natalia's anything. So we need room. Do I want to keep this? Oh, Christ. So I've got 4 chip gems. I'm sure I could just do a little inventory management here. We got those runes in there. Yeah, I think that's just the way it's gonna have to be. God damn, I'm so like desperate for. The problem is that if I ever make a throw barbarian, which I would really like to, is like, look at this. It's outstanding. Man, I need the space though. I'm gonna have to just start selling that stuff. I hate it. It's too bad. Goodbye, Boots. Goodbye, Great Pelum. You will be missed. Alright, well, since we're already here, let's go over here and kill off the rest of these guys. Besides, I need another skelly. Booyah, look at that shit. Nice. And I get to replace my scroll of identify. Very nice. I think I actually had some other flawed amethysts, so we can upgrade that. At least I'm pretty sure I did. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to move some more junk around my inventory. But all the council members are here. It's funny. And they're all getting their faces pushed in right now. Nice. Got enough room. Telling you, tonight's the night. Sometimes it just works out like that. Alright, let's go back here to Crust and see what we got.
Yes.
Meh. That's pretty good, but they usually are. Alright, let's take a look at my gems. Ooh, I do. Awesome. I always want to make sure I do this because I always want to make sure that I'm freeing up space in my inventory. Now, the reason why I keep fussing over all these gems and whatnot is for all those whatchamacallem, the recipes and what for upgrading. I'm still kind of wanting to almost equip that. It might be worth our interest, but for the moment, Goblin Toe, what a hunk of shit. All right, let's go to Haragath. Let's actually go to the Frigid Highlands because we got those couple of monsters that are always spawning. This guy up here, and then the big fat dude with the whip. Forget his name. I see that our guy actually gained another level. So you remember the last time we came through, we didn't really get any of the goblins. It was all the burning archer dudes. Okay, so he didn't drop anything really worth my time. It's nice to see that the Countess actually dropped all those really awesome runes. I'm really happy about that. What I'm curious about is if we get into hell, if they're going to be dropping tier 3 runes like that. See, look at that. We didn't have these slingers the last time we were through here. It's interesting. They're like rotating the monsters around like this. It has begun. Superior Halberd. Ask and you shall receive, motherfuckers. Yeah, I can upgrade Malice. I mean, I can make like steel or something. You know what I should do? I'm getting about to that time where I want to take a break, and I think what I'll do is I'll take a quick peek at my rune list and find out what kind of rune words I can actually make from it. I don't remember exactly what steel needed. It was like or not Nef tier. I think that was like lore or something. I forget. I'll have to take a look. But I may just end up doing that. But the question is what do I do with my malice? I don't want to get rid of it. It has served me very well. You know, it's like starting another character. Like, I'm getting to that point now where I swear to God, I need to have like another account just to fit all my junk. Yes, that makes me really happy. Let's go to Haragath. Let's identify our
Good day.
shite.
Afternoon.
Oh, don't want you, don't want you. Let's repair. I'll repair this. Yes, please. All right, this is where I think before we do the rest of our quest, I really want to transfer some of this garbage. Damn. You know, I could just straight up equip these things. You know, I could totally equip this in favor of the MF boots. Although the plus 37 to lightning resist is pretty good. But this gives resistances as well. Do I want magic fight? You know, I hate to say it, but I think we should probably equip them for now. I think so. The defenses. Let's take a look at our resistances. Oh, they're all maxed out now, baby. And I'm moving a hell of a lot faster. I think that was actually a wise decision. I hate to say it, but the magic finding boots, I'm gonna keep them off for the moment. I'm gonna save those. You know what I should do is actually have my magic finding gear in here, so when I actually go and do the magic finding and stuff, I could just swap out my gear and whatnot. Oh, that's right. That's right. I forgot to mention that. Duh. That was the other thing, I guess. Sorry. I made a smoke the other day. That's right. That's what I meant to say. Found this shark tooth armor and upgraded my armor. I don't remember what I actually did with the blue stuff that I had equipped, but that's what we have. Pretty damn good. And I was able to equip it. The unfortunate part about it is I actually had to boost up my strength quite a bit. So if we take a look, that's why I have my strength that's set at 105. But we still have 40 more stat points just chilling there. So anyways, guys, I'm going to take a quick break, and then when I get back from the break, I will take a look at my god. Actually, I probably could boot it up right now so I can take a look, because I'm pretty sure it's still... Or you know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to even worry about it, because I'm not really doing any magic finding beyond what I've already done tonight. I'm just hoping that this doesn't, like, totally eat up my inventory too much. You know, it doesn't, like, cramp my style when it comes to picking shit up. But anyways, I'll see you guys in a few moments.